The bustling chatter of the upscale Manhattan restaurant was almost deafening as 25-year-old Naomi Jones expertly balanced a tray of drinks in one hand and scribbled down an order with the other. Naomi had worked here for 3 years, juggling double shifts to save enough for her dream of opening a small bakery. It wasn't glamorous, but Naomi had become a favorite among regulars for her warm smile and sharp wit. It was a cold Tuesday evening when the door swung open, and in walked a man who looked vaguely familiar. He wore a black hoodie and sunglasses, trying to blend in, but his towering figure made it impossible. Naomi didn't think much of it until she approached his table. "Hey there, what can I get you?" she asked, her customer service smile firmly in place. The man pulled down his hood slightly, and Naomi's eyes widened in shock. It was Keanu Reeves, the Hollywood superstar. "I'll just have a black coffee, please," he said softly, clearly hoping to keep a low profile. Naomi nodded, her excitement bubbling beneath the surface. She fetched his coffee and returned quickly, whispering, "I won't tell anyone, but it's an honor to save you." Keanu chuckled. "Thanks, I appreciate that." As the evening wore on, Naomi noticed a growing commotion. Some diners began snapping pictures and whispering. Before long, the restaurant manager, Philip, stormed over. "Naomi," he hissed, "what did I tell you about fraternizing with customers, especially VIPs?" "I didn't. He's just having coffee," Naomi replied, stunned. Philip wasn't convinced. "Get him out of here quietly, now. We don't want this circus disrupting our paying customers." Naomi hesitated. She looked at Keanu, who seemed uncomfortable but calm. "I'm sorry, Mr. Reeves," she said. "Management is asking if you could perhaps finish your coffee elsewhere." Keanu stood, his face unreadable. "No problem. Thanks for the coffee." He left without a fuss, but Naomi's heart sank. The next day, Naomi was called into Philip's office. "You've put this restaurant in jeopardy," he barked. "Do you know how many reservations we lost last night because of your little stunt? You're fired." Tears pricked Naomi's eyes, but she held her head high. "I didn't do anything wrong, Philip, and you know it." She packed her things and left, her dream of a bakery seeming further away than ever. The following morning, Naomi was woken by a loud knock at her apartment door. Groggy and still in her pajamas, she opened it to find a man in a sharp suit standing there. "Miss Naomi Jones?" "Yes. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Keanu Reeves. He'd like to meet with you." Naomi's heart skipped a beat. "Is this a joke?" The man smiled. "Not at all. He asked me to personally escort you to his office." Still in disbelief, Naomi quickly got dressed and followed the man to a sleek black SUV. They drove to a towering building downtown. Inside, Naomi was led to a lavish office where Keanu sat casually sipping coffee. "Naomi, come on in," he said warmly. "Mr. Reeves, I don't understand," she stammered. "I heard what happened after I left the restaurant," he began, his tone serious. "You stood up for me, even when it cost you your job. That kind of integrity is rare." Naomi shook her head. "I just did what I thought was right, that's all." Keanu smiled. "And that's why I want to help you." He gestured to a folder on the table. "Inside that folder is a business proposal. I heard about your dream to open a bakery. I want to make it happen. Consider this an investment in someone I believe in." Naomi's jaw dropped. You're serious." "Dead serious," Keanu said. "I've already secured a prime location for you. All you need to do is say yes." Tears streamed down Naomi's face as she nodded. "Yes, 1,000 times yes." Weeks later, Naomi stood outside her brand new bakery. The sign above read Naomi's Sweet Escape in elegant gold lettering. The grand opening was a huge success, with a line of customers stretching around the block. And true to his word, Keanu showed up, cutting the ribbon and posing for pictures with Naomi. From that day on, Naomi's life changed forever. Her bakery became a local sensation, and her story inspired countless others. But as her dream came to life, shadows from her past crept closer, threatening to undo everything she had worked for. One late evening, as Naomi finished cleaning the bakery, a black SUV pulled up outside. The tinted windows and ominous presence immediately set her on edge. The door opened, and out stepped Philip, her former manager. Well, 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 he sneered, stepping inside. Look who's suddenly living the high life. Naomi froze. What are you doing here, Philip? I'm just here to see how far you've gotten after you embarrassed me and ruined the restaurant's reputation, he said, his voice dripping with mockery. Did you really think you'd get away with making me look bad? Naomi took a deep breath, her hands trembling. I didn't do anything to you. You fired me for standing up for someone, and I moved on. So should you. Philip's smirk deepened. Oh, I have. But I couldn't resist a little payback. Before Naomi could respond, two men entered the bakery behind him. Their large frames blocked the doorway, their air of menace making Naomi's heart race. What do you want? She asked, her voice steady despite the fear creeping in. Philip leaned in, his tone low and threatening. A little compensation. After all, you wouldn't be here without me, right? How about 50% of your profits? Call it a partnership. Naomi's stomach churned. You're insane. Get out of my bakery. Philip's expression darkened. Think carefully, Naomi. I can make life very difficult for you, or you can cooperate. At that moment, the sound of an engine roared outside, followed by the unmistakable voice of Keanu Reeves. Naomi, you okay in there? Philip's smug demeanor faltered as Keanu walked in, his towering presence commanding the room. His sharp gaze swept over Philip and his goons. Who's this? Keanu asked Naomi, his voice calm but laced with authority. Just someone who doesn't understand the word no, Naomi replied, her confidence returning. Keanu turned to Philip, his smile cold and calculated. I don't know who you think you are, but you're in the wrong place, buddy. Leave. Now. Philip scoffed. This has nothing to do with you, Reeves. Stay out of it. Keanu stepped closer, towering over Philip. It has everything to do with me. Naomi is under my protection. You want to mess with her, you'll be messing with me. And I promise you don't want that. Philip's confidence crumbled. He signaled to his goons, and they quickly backed out of the bakery. This isn't over, Philip muttered, retreating as the door slammed shut behind them. Naomi let out a shaky breath. Thank you, she whispered, tears of relief streaming down her face. Keanu placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. You don't need to thank me, but I think it's time we had some extra security around here. And so, Naomi's dream lived on, stronger than ever.